girl in Tamale who trains without proper spikes, for national teams who carry the flag of Ghana across the world. Right Honorable Speaker, this House has already made history by establishing the fund. Let us now make history again by supporting it. Sport is not a sector on the margins. It is present in every constituency. As we often observe, no administration, no member of parliament, no community leader has ever built connection with the people without sport playing a role. It unites where politics divides. It engages where rhetoric fails. It inspires where policy alone cannot. We have established the structure. Now we must build a culture of contribution around it. If we get this right, the Ghana Sports Fund will not merely finance competitions, it will finance opportunity. It will finance jobs. It will finance national pride. It will finance long-term economic contribution and well-being. Let this House be remembered not only as a parliament that created the Ghana Sports Fund, but as the generation of leaders that funded it, defended it, and made it work. I thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity.
Honorable members, I think this is a very important statement, well written and well delivered. It's your turn to make comments. Majority Chief Whip, you want to start?
Speaker, not at all. Speaker, we have agreed that we'll take 2 comments on each side, plus leadership, to make it 3. There are several other statements. We've agreed on the proposal. Mr. Speaker.
Yes, please.
Speaker, it is so. It is so.
2 from each side of the House. But there are 3 sides of this House. The only indication they gave is that they want to do business with one of the sides. Those are in the independent, but they are not also up to a caucus. So that's the challenge. But because we say we will not leave anybody behind, we say have to consider their interests. But they don't need to be a group. They just need to exist. Yes, he caught my eye first. So the 2 of you. Then here, yes, this is my son. He loves football. And then who again? And you. So we start.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for indulging me in joining the call to rally the Honorable House and the entire nation for our collective and sustained support for the Ghana Sports Fund, which the Minister has passionately elucidated the benefits of the fund. Mr. Speaker, this fund will serve as a very important vehicle for the transformation of sports in this country. Right Honorable Speaker, sport is a universal language spoken by people of all ages, and it transcends boundaries, political boundaries, cultural, socio-economic boundaries. Mr. Speaker, in Ghana, sport is not merely a recreational activity, but it is a very powerful tool for youth empowerment, for job creation, for international diplomacy, for building unity and peace amongst the people. Mr. Speaker, permit me to divert a little bit and look at the role of sports in achieving the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Mr. Speaker, if you look at Goal 3, for instance, it focuses on good health and well-being. Mr. Speaker, regular sports activities can reduce the risk of non-communicable diseases by up to 35%, according to United Nations. Mr. Speaker, we also know that SDG 5, which talks about gender equality, sports empowers women and girls, it promotes inclusion and challenges all forms of discrimination and stereotypes. Mr. Speaker, despite the enormous benefits of sport, in Ghana, chronic funding challenges, lack of infrastructure, and limited support for athletes have undermined the growth of sports in this country. It is therefore important as a house for us to show leadership in supporting this very important fund. Mr. Speaker, this fund is not intended to replace government responsibility, but it is intended to complement strategic partnership with the private sector to raise enough resources to build.
Honorable Member, be mindful of time.
Thank you very much. So, Mr. Speaker, this act is a creation of Parliament. It is therefore important that we parliamentarians will support, advocate for seed funding for this money, and also play effective oversight to ensure transparency, accountability, and management of this fund. As has been shown by the Honorable Minister, as a passionate football administrator and sports administrator, I also donate 1 month of my salary, net salary, to support this fund. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for indulging me.
Honorable Member, be specific. Which month?
The net of my monthly salary for the month of February 2026.
Thank you so much. So we have the first is the minister, February and March. Now we have another member coming with February. Please, accounts. Please, table office, kindly take note and make sure that those salaries are sent straight to the sports fund account. Yes, Honorable Member.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. This is a challenge that I will pass. It's a challenge that I will pass.
I trust you.
But, Right Honorable Speaker,
this tie is not for nothing.
It's a challenge that I will pass. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute to the statement ably read by the Minister for Sport. Right Honorable Speaker, let me indicate that this sports fund is one of the greatest milestones that has ever happened to the life of the sports fraternity. I say so because as a ranking for youth and sports, at the time that we were having deliberations as to whether or not we were to pass this bill, one key issue that came to fore was about sustainability of funds for our sports fraternity. Right Honorable Speaker, until last year, December, the sports fraternity has been limping, has been struggling with funds. It will interest you to note that even this year, major competitions that we have is not only the World Cup. We have 2 other major competitions, but the sports ministry is struggling to even rig in funds to be able to support the World Cup. What that means is that we do not want this law to risk being just a passed legislation without proper execution, without being able to rig in funds to support the sports fund. And so I will use this opportunity to call on all well-meaning Ghanaians to be able to support the fund. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, just about some 2-3 weeks ago, the committee also visited all the infrastructure that we have as far as the sports fraternity is concerned. We came to the Accra Sports Stadium, we went to the Boteman. Mr. Speaker, it was an eyesore. Maintenance culture at our various sports infrastructure is so bad to the extent that as parliamentarians, as committee members, as people who are part of policy making, and if you like, supporting policy makers, we have every responsibility to be able to support the minister and the sports ministry to be able to rig funds in terms of having a strategic fund to be able to maintain all our sports infrastructure across the country. Accra Sports Stadium is not being maintained. Boteman, hundreds of millions that was used to construct this infrastructure is not being properly maintained. And so, it is important for us to be able to support the sports ministry, to be able to rake in a lot of funds, to be able to support the fund. Right Honorable Speaker, as I initially said, I'll pass the challenge. I know that the minister has already contributed 2 months of his salary as to whether it is his ministry's, or if you like, as a minister's salary, or as a member of parliament, we are not aware. But as we speak, I am calling on all well-meaning Ghanaians to be able to support the fund, to be able to make sure that we can go to the World Cup. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Member, I didn't hear you.
For those of us in opposition, we will pass that challenge.
Oh, you pass on that challenge, or you pass that challenge. You pass it by failure to be certain about your contribution. Honorable members, I'm very sure the minister has only one salary, and that is the salary he has promised to contribute. There is no MP salary and minister's salary. It's only one that he is entitled to. Yes, so we move on to the third. He actually caught my eye first. So please, after you.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity to make a comment on the statement ably presented by the Sports Minister. Mr. Speaker, let me also add my voice to my brother Asefua when he says that one of the biggest things that has happened to this country as far as sports is concerned is the establishment of this sports fund. Mr. Speaker, I've always argued that the sports industry has the potential of creating job opportunity for all the young people that we have in this country. Because that industry is such that it can engage a sense of almost every professional. People in the health sector, people in academia, drivers, cleaners, everybody can get some work to do within the sports fraternity or industry when well taken care of. Unfortunately, over the years, we have not injected the needed funds into that particular industry. Ghana is said to be the Brazil of Africa. The talent is here. But Mr. Speaker, until you add value to the talent, until you develop the infrastructure, it will be difficult for you to match up with your colleagues in other countries. And so every now and then we go for sports festivals. You see Ghana performing very well, but we are not able to get to the very top because we don't do the basic that we're supposed to do before we get to that level. Mr. Speaker, even the sports academies that the Francophone countries today are developing, you come back to Ghana, with the exception of the few private ones that we don't have a lot of sports academies that will groom young people from the very the beginning of the foundation level. And so I am very happy that this fund has come, that we can now use this fund to improve on infrastructure, build more sport academies across the country where we can add talent at the very beginning. I would have wished, Mr. Speaker, if I had the opportunity, that in every district in this country, we even convert one secondary school or one basic school into a sports academy and have a specialized curriculum for them to follow. That people can go in there to go and do a course in referee, in sports administration, in what have you, and climb all the way to the university level. And so this is a fund that all of us must embrace. We must get the needed money to support it. If government can think of maybe put some in a percentage on other fuel or any of our commodities that can regularly contribute money to this fund, I think it will help all of us. Mr. Speaker, I wouldn't speak for long on this issue except to say that the minister has paved the way. I am also prepared to sacrifice my 1 month salary for the month of February to support this particular fund. I thank you very much for the opportunity.
The last comment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to add my voice to this laudable sports fund Act 2024 Act 1159. Mr. Speaker, coming from the center of the country, where Ndogomoro and Babayara hail from, Mr. Speaker, I know the importance of sports and its infrastructural need. Mr. Speaker, Kofi Owusu and co, all who left indelible mark in sporting in Ghana, and their names, Babayara and co, being named as certain courtesies. My constituency, Kintampo North, is yearning for sports infrastructure. And I cannot do anything better than contributing to this statement and to appeal that a lot of people follow to make this fund a reality, so that athletes' welfare and their development, grassroots talents may be identified, so that the lower level, we approach them young. We get the footballers at their young age, we get athletes at their young age, and that will catapult into economic growth and youth empowerment. Mr. Speaker, I am by this to pledge 30,000 Ghana cedis. 30,000 Ghana cedis to be taken in 3 months, 10,000 per month. Yes, Mr. Speaker, to be taken in 3 months, because I have a constituency which is so broad, a municipality, Kintampo North municipality, and the commitments are enormous. And to also appeal that I'm making this passionate donation so that in future, any sports infrastructure be thought of for Kintampo North. We need to leave a legacy for Baba Yara, Ndogomoro, and Kofi Owusu and Co. Thank you for the opportunity granted me, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, at least we now have to listen to the leaders. We start with the minority bench. Yes.
Speaker, may I draw your attention to the earlier agreement that 2 persons on each side and then leadership. So far, our colleagues, 3 persons have spoken on their side. Only 1 person, Honorable Vincent, he spoke on our side. So, Speaker, we need to, 1 more person needs to speak, and then leadership will speak.
Oh, Minority Chief Whip. Well, actually, I counted the man in the safari suit, black safari suit. I counted among your numbers.
They've taken a lot of our seats.
I'm sorry.
They've taken a lot of our
Yes,
seats, but
so
we'll take them back.
please,
We'll reclaim them.
You have a bite.
All the seats will come to where they belong.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me commend the maker of the statement and the Minister for Sports. Mr. Speaker, the minority may not have enough to be contributing, so don't be too expectant from our majority side. But we have the ideas to help shape what we want to do. Yes, we are rich in ideas. Mr. Speaker, whilst I commend the Sports Minister for his 1-month donation, I am fortified in my 2-month donation of his salary. Mr. Speaker, I'm fortified in my belief that by the end of proceedings, he might move to 6 months of his salary, as he's showing leadership by example. Mr. Speaker, but
Honorable Member, first Deputy Speaker to take the chair.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Honourable Member, you may continue.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, while we commend the majority side for their generous contributions and donations, whilst we commend them, Mr. Speaker, it is clear that it's symptomatic of the general conditions in the country. And we commend the majority that whilst they donate generously, let's also see how we can make it work in this broader perspective. So, Speaker, I'd like to reiterate the point I made earlier when this Ghana Sports Fund came up. I would like to once again draw the attention of the Sports Minister that beyond the donations from members of Parliament and interest groups, one key sector that can help drive this sports fund is the private sector and corporate Ghana. And I believe that the Sports Minister, working hand in hand with the Ministry for Finance, can have a framework where they can come back to Parliament with an arrangement where you can encourage private sector and they find it much more beneficial to also support this sports fund. There's no doubt that this fund holds the potency to help our sports sector and also help fill the infrastructure gap that we have by contributing towards its building and maintenance. Again, I believe when all sectors of our economy, from farmers to bankers to insurance institutions and all that are involved, including our cocoa farmers when they also have what they are supposed to get, each and every one can generously contribute towards this. But the last point that I would like to make and also emphasize on is that it cannot be driven by just individual donations. That will not be sustainable because the expectations from the sports fraternity, Mr. Speaker, is quite huge. And the task ahead for the Honorable Minister, for me, will be to work hand in hand with all the stakeholders that I've discussed with him too in confidence. And I believe that in sharing that with the broader face of our country, people will find it much more engaging, get the media involved, get corporate Ghana involved, and get the various stakeholders that can help drive it. But on this note, I want to commend him for this statement, and we believe that all of us are here to support him in this direction. Thank you. Yeah, Mr. Speaker, silver and gold I have none, but I have ideas to contribute. Thank you very much.
Member, we are most grateful to you, and we are grateful for your contribution towards the sports development. Yes, leadership. Yes, majority leadership.
Mr. Speaker, this is one instance where we will not accept a decision by the minority leadership not to say anything. Mr. Speaker, this is a statement that is also a fundraising event. This is a statement that is a fundraising event. So we need to take more statements and then more pledges.
Are you saying you don't want to contribute?
All I can say is that my friends on the other side are running away from contributing. I think you should contribute. The essence of the statement, Mr. Speaker, is to appeal to all of us to endeavor to begin to contribute into the sports fund some support to breathe life into the fund. Mr. Speaker, as we approach the World Cup tournament, we know there will be a lot of pressure in terms of resources to support the Black Stars and to support the various supporter unions who would want to go and support and cheer our team. I believe we all recall that there was a commission of inquiry that presented a report, a white paper adopting it, took place, the Jamekwe Committee. That committee report and what was adopted by government is to the effect that state funds should not be committed to supporting some of the activities when it comes to our tournament. The only lawful thing that state funds can be committed to is specifically financing the team to go and participate. But we all know that the team alone cannot just go and then participate and come back. The team does well based on a certain atmosphere. And so there's a need to create an enabling atmosphere in the country where the team is participating in the tournament for them to be able to deliver. I recall, Mr. Speaker, that when I was sports minister and we went to Equatorial Guinea for the African Cup of Nations, I had to commit a few days before the tournament to travel to some of the major cities in Equatorial Guinea to meet the Ghanaian community and convince them to leave their work and travel from the cities that they were working to Malabo and Mongomo, where we were playing. We also played in I think, another city, 3 cities. And when they are going, you will have to provide buses at the barest minimum. And then you will have to pay the tickets for them. A man is sitting doing his work in some city. You say you should leave and come and support Ghanaians because you are not able to ferry Ghanaians all the way from Ghana to come and support. So you want to count on the small contingent of Ghanaians who are in that country to at least show up at the stadium to support. It will cost you money, whichever way, no matter what sacrifices they choose to make, you will still have to spend some money. It might even be necessary to support our, supporters unions to go there. But the Commission's report says state funds should not be used for such activities. Very commendable position because of the abuses that we saw in the past. So we have to resort to raising funds through other channels to be able to support the Black Stars, create an atmosphere in the various stadiums where they will be playing in order to spur them on. So, Mr. Speaker, I think the statement is very welcome, and I want to commend the Minister for Sports and Recreation for showing leadership. I wish it were across all sides. I can see my brother, the former Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, during whose tenure a lot of gold was mined in this country. A lot of gold by small-scale miners and large-scale miners alike. I'm expecting somebody of his standing, to urge colleagues to contribute generously towards the fund. So, Mr. Speaker, on that note, I want to announce that the front bench of the majority side all hereby commit their March salary to the funds. Mr. Speaker, I am also authorized by the now Minister for Roads, who used to be on the front bench. He has also committed to spend 1 month of his salary also. Mr. Speaker, I also have the authority.
On behalf of my constituents.
I have the authority.
The minister said 2 months. You are reducing it to 1 month.
No.
He said 2 months.
Of his salary?
Yes.
That's his salary?
Yes.
Yes, that's
and
his salary.
And you are reducing it to 1 month.
No, I'm not reducing it to 1 month. Oh, when I'm the Minister for Roads.
Very well.
The Minister for Roads who is committing 1 month. And all of us, the front bench.
You people are bad boys.
Mr. Speaker, I think the Speaker will have the last word on this. Mr. Speaker, I also have the authority of the Minister for Finance, Honorable KCL Atuforsen, Dr. KCL Atuforsen, to also commit 1 month of his salary to the fund. Mr. Speaker, but I can say on authority that my Chief Whip has decided to embarrass all of us. And so my Chief Whip says I should announce that he is committing 3 months of his salary. Mr. Speaker, after that, I will invite the Office of Special Prosecutor to come and find out how he's going to survive for the 3 months. From what sources of income he's going to survive for the 3 months. Mr. Speaker, so let me commend the Minister for making the statement, and to thank all colleagues who have commented on the statement, and also to thank those who have generously donated to inspire the rest of the country to follow suit and also make some donations. I think that the minority members, you can pledge. You can pledge. We know. Yes, our salaries are the same. We receive the same salary. There's no majority salary. There's no minority salary. It is all the same salary. So we expect you to make some contribution to support the Black Stars. Kabir is about to announce a contribution. Honorable Kabir is about to announce a contribution. Mr. Speaker, I think in addition to we making contributions, let us also urge our constituents, even if it is small amounts of money through Momo, 10 Ghana cedis, 20 Ghana cedis, let's develop a culture of supporting the sporting sector. We like to watch television, we like to enjoy football, but we must pay for it. It must be financed. And so everybody must drop in something. After a while, the industry will begin to finance itself. When the industry picks up, because it's a huge money-making venture, but you need to push it to the point where it will be attractive to investments that will enable it make the money to yield dividends. If we don't give it that push, we will continue to deprive ourselves from benefiting from the industry. On that note, Mr. Speaker, I thank the Minister for the statements.
Thank you so much. Yes, do we continue with statement?
Speaker, that is so. We want to take the first two statements as advertised on the order paper. Speaker, my attention has been drawn to the fact that the Minister for Energy and Green Transition is here. His business has been waiting for some time. So I want to plead with you that we vary the order and take motion number 14, Mr. Speaker. The reports have been laid, and the chairman for the committee is also ready to. Where's Bajra? Let me Bajra. Get Bajra for me. Speaker, so my prayer is that we vary the order and take item number 14 quickly, then we can come back and finish the other two outstanding statements. Then we can move to other business as advertised. Mr. Speaker.
Yes, the application is to vary the order of business to take item number 14 at page 6 of today's order paper.
Speaker, we will not object to that application, but he prefixed his application with the fact that we will revisit item 6 and take B chronologically in that order. I will rather differ on that when we take the statement advertised in the name of the Honorable Edem Agbana, we should take another one on our side. So we can take Edem's statement and then proceed to take that of any member on our side. We have Vincent, we have the Honorable Kabiru's statement, so that we can have one apiece on each side. So Speaker, we are in support. We can go ahead and take business item 14 as advertised.
Yes, that is a very good suggestion. And once we are talking about a statement, let me use the opportunity to bring to the fore that it is for a good reason that if a member is having a statement for the speaker to admit these statements are transmitted to the Speaker through the whips. Honourable member, this is very important. The reason being that sometimes you have 3, 4, 5 statements on the same subject matter coming from the same side, when others could be reduced into comment. Now, if you go by the practice and procedure, the statements should be channeled through the whips. Then the whips will have the opportunity to meet with their members and indicated clearly that you all have a statement on the same subject matter. By agreement, let this person make the statement and others will reduce their own into comment. But if the statement doesn't come through the whips, they won't have the opportunity of knowing the nature of the statement and whether or not the statements are all on the same subject matter or not. So, honourable members, by practice, let's try as much as possible to route the statement through our whips. I am not personally happy when statements are given to me on the floor of Parliament for admission. I won't have the opportunity to read through the statement and exercise the option within the standing order to modify or not to modify, to determine whether it will provoke debate or it will not provoke debate. So it is good statements are transmitted through the various whip. They would analyze the statement. They may also do some modification about it before it gets to me. So I plead with honourable members to take note of this and follow the practice and procedure in transmitting the statement. Secondly, when statements are admitted, they are admitted for processing. After processing, it will end up being captured by the order paper. So it is not my fault that you bring a statement, the statement is not taken the same day, because the whips must process the statement to be taken. So I urge honourable members to bear with us in this direction. Yes, whip, you are on your feet.
Speaker, we are grateful for your guidance and the directives given. We will relate accordingly, myself and my friend on the other side, and reach out to colleagues as we should, so that we can all be carried along. Speaker, you have had many occasions to speak to us on same subject matter in private, and for you to make an open statement must be a subject matter that you are worried about. We intend to deal with it as we should, and to bring finality to this matter. Speaker, we will act.
I'm more grateful. Our members' application to take the item numbered 14 has not been opposed. I will therefore call on the chairman of the committee to move the motion numbered 14.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I crave the indulgence of the House to take item 14, motion numbered 14, as well as 16 and, Mr. Speaker, 18. They are all related, and the report that I'll be submitting covers the 3 motions. Mr. Speaker, having said that, I rise, Mr. Speaker, that this Honourable House adopts the report of the Committee on Energy on the Master Gas Agreement between the Government of Ghana, of the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Energy and Green Transition, and the Ghana Petroleum Corporation, GNPC, GNPC Exploration and Production Limited, Talo Ghana Limited, Cosmos Energy Ghana HC, Cosmos Energy Ghana Investments, and Petrosa Ghana Limited as contracted parties. Mr. Speaker, the same goes for motion 16, that this Honourable House adopts the report of the Committee on Energy on the amendment of the extension of the terms.
Chairman, Are your reports contained in one document?
Yes, Honorable Speaker. That's
Very
exactly what I mentioned. For the
So
extension,
then in that case, let me go back to say that we are moving motion number 14, 16, and 18 together. Am I correct?
yes, exactly so, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, with the indulgence, I will present your committee's report. I would request that the Hansa Department will capture the entire report as being read, whilst I take the introduction, justification. And the conclusion of your report. Mr. Speaker, the amendment for the extension of terms of the West Cape 3-point agreement between the government of Ghana, represented by the Minister of Energy and Green Transition, and the Ghana Petroleum Corporation, GNPC, Exploration Production Limited Company, Talo Ghana Limited, Cosmos Energy Ghana HC, Cosmos Energy Ghana Investment, and Petrosa Ghana Limited. 2. Amendment for the extension of the Deepwater Tunnel Petroleum Agreement between the Government of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Energy and Green Transition, and Ghana Petroleum Corporation, GNPC Exploration and Production Limited Company, Talo Ghana Limited, Cosmos Energy Ghana AC, Cosmos Energy Ghana Investment, and Petrosa Ghana Limited. And, Mr. Speaker, Master Gas Agreement among the Government of the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Minister of Energy and Green Transition, and Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, GNPC Exploration and Production Company Limited, and Talo Ghana Limited, and Cosmos Energy Ghana AC, Cosmos Energy and Ghana Investment, and Petrosa Ghana Limited, were presented to Parliament variously on 13th February 2026 and 19th December 2025 in accordance with Article 268 of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. Pursuant to Order 252 and 228 of the Standing Orders, agreements were referred to the Committee on Energy and Leadership of the Finance Committee for consideration and report. Mr. Speaker, I move to justification. The proposed extension of the West Cape 3 Points and Deepwater Tunnel Petroleum Agreements to 31st December 2014.
Honorable Chairman, the Hansard has captured it. So do the needful.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, I conclude. The committee has examined the proposed amendments relating to the extension of the terms of the West Cape 3 Point and Deepwater Tunnel Petroleum Agreement, as well as the Master Gas Agreement. In the course of its deliberation, some members raised concern regarding the use of corporate income tax (CIT) as security in relation to the gas sales under the agreement and the implication thereof for safeguarding the interests of the state. The committee knows that the agreements ensure continuity in production and enhance investment in the sector. The committee therefore recommends to the House to adopt this report and ratify by resolution. 1. Amendment for the extension of the terms of the West Cape 3-point agreement between the Government of the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Minister of Energy and Green Transition, and Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, GNPC Exploration and Production Company Limited, Talo Ghana Limited, Cosmos Energy AC, Cosmos Energy Ghana Investments, and Petrosa Ghana Limited. 2. Amendment for the extension of the terms of the Deepwater Tunnel Petroleum Agreement between the Government of the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Minister of Energy and Green Transition, and Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, Ghana GMPC Exploration and Production Limited Company, Talo Ghana Limited, Cosmos Energy Ghana AC, Cosmos Energy and Ghana Investment, and Petrosa Ghana Limited. And finally, master agreement among the government of the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Minister of Energy and Green Transition, and Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, GNPC, and GNPC Exploration and Production Company Limited, Exproco, and Talo Ghana Limited, and Cosmos Energy Ghana AC, and Cosmos Energy and Ghana Investment, and Petrosa Ghana Limited, in accordance with Article 268 of 1992 Constitution, respectfully submitted. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, motion ably moved. Any seconder?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I second the motion for the ratification of the agreement between Ghana government, represented by GNPC, and its subsidiary Exproco, Talo Ghana Limited, Cosmos Energy Ghana, and Petro SA Ghana Limited. Mr. Speaker, the agreement which has been submitted to this August House, we the minority fully support it, but with a concern which we raised at the committee level, that they should look at the agreement, especially with the extension of the agreement. Mr. Speaker, the extension, the existing contract is supposed to end in 2034 and 2036. The extension is up to 2040. And before this existing contract was in place, Mr. Speaker, the Act 919 wasn't in place then. So we, the minority, expect that once we've gotten the opportunity for any extension or for any amendment, we have to factor the Act 919 into the contract. Why do I say so? The Act 191 talks about carried interest of 15%. The existing contract, carried interest is 10%. So why don't we factor the Act 919? But we were made to understand that since they are coming to inject about $2 billion capital into it, and then with the drilling of 10 to 20 wells, they need to recoup their investment before they do that. But at 2036, they are going to increase the carried interest to 20%. And Mr. Speaker, by 2036, the end of the productive livelihood of these hydrocarbons will be declining by then. So that has been one of our concerns. And then the second concern deals with the GSA, that's the gas sales agreement. Mr. Speaker, the gas sales agreement, we are going to offset the debt with corporate income tax. And our worry is, are we not opening the floodgate for other entity also to ask the state that when you are having an agreement with me or with us, you need to have a security guarantee of the CIT, which is a major issue. That's what we raised. But the minister was able to explain other things to us. But Mr. Speaker, on the minority side, these two concerns are something we want this House to look at. For not opening the floodgate, for other entities also to be on us, and then the agreement to also factor the 919, Act 919 into it. With these two concerns, Mr. Speaker, the minority support the agreement, the ratification for this agreement. Thank you.
Very good observations. Thank you very much. Yes.
How much is a guarantee? Why?
Yes, honourable member, you have the floor.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. As I rise to contribute to this motion before us, the agreement between GNPC, as has already been indicated, Tullow Ghana, Cosmos Energy, and Investment Petrocel Ghana Limited. Right Honourable Speaker, I believe that this extension couldn't have come at a better time than now, as we strive to ensure energy stability, especially with regards to gas production. Right Honourable Speaker, the intention of this government has been clear from day one, that gas is a just energy that must be pursued, because, Right Honourable Speaker, it saves this country a lot of money. Right Honourable Speaker, I'm very much happy about this agreement because of the immense benefits it brings to this great country of ours. Right Honourable Speaker, in the report on page 5, paragraph 4.5, Right Honourable Speaker, with your leave, I would want to highlight some of the importance we will get from this. This agreement, Right Honourable Speaker, is sure to reduce gas price by 18% and increase volume, gas volume, Right Honourable Speaker, from 100 million scfd to 130 million scfd, with the potential of adding another 50 million scfd of gas, which will increase GNPC's. And also, Right Honourable Speaker, another thing that is worth noting is that GNPC's interest is increased by an additional 10% in this agreement, making in all, bringing the total to 22.5. I think we need to commend and commend the partners for this benefit that is bringing to this country of ours. Right Honourable Speaker, we're talking about an injection of $2 billion. Right Honourable Speaker, and a drilling of at least, Right Honourable Speaker, we're talking about 10 wells. And the impact, the benefit in the gas value chain that we stand to benefit from this agreement, Right Honourable Speaker, is one that we can celebrate. But most important, Right Honourable Speaker, for the records, this country stands to benefit. The value of Ghana from the extended field life is projected to yield, Right Honourable Speaker, $374 million to this state. And increased production volumes and prolonged revenues, and about $255 million in support of gas savings. So, Right Honourable Speaker, I believe there is enough justification to support this agreement, and I plead and call on the House, both sides, to support this agreement, which would eventually yield to the benefit of this great country of ours.
Yes, Honourable Darko Mensah.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this great opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I believe that as the position was mentioned by the ranking member, this side virtually supports this project. Mr. Speaker, we know for a fact that not until 2036, Ghana will still hold 10%. It's only up to after 2036 that we'll get an additional 10%. And then we have a paid interest of 2.2 if we have the money to pay for it. So we shouldn't box it up and make it look as if we are getting 22% immediately. This will happen after 2036. Mr. Speaker, the other issue is that the investment that is going to be made is about $2 billion. And Mr. Speaker, we know that the gold that is sold in this country, small-scale mines alone, is $10 billion. So I believe that the investment they are going to make is not anything extraordinary. And I want us to start having this mindset that we should start looking at the possibility of Ghanaians ourselves doing these investments and making those monies for this country in full. Mr. Speaker, if you also look at some of the gains that they say we are going to get, that comes to about 374 million. Mr. Speaker, you compare 374 million to 10 billion, clearly, it's nothing to write home about. It's nothing. And therefore, I believe that we should look at the possibility of Ghanaians doing this on our own, or if it's not GNPC, other Ghanaians raising the money to do this investment. Because, Mr. Speaker, we all know that not until 2007 when oil was discovered in Ghana, at that time, Ghana was had not discovered oil. But currently, Ghana has been direct, and therefore anybody investing in this country knows that the possibility of getting oil or discovering oil is high. And therefore the negotiations, I believe that even though we are negotiating something that is starting 2026 today, gives a lot of advantage to the Talos, to the Cosmos, to Petro SA in negotiating now. Because if they had waited till the end of their agreement, naturally the other persons would have come into the system and maybe given us a better offer. I believe that we should still look at this possibility and not wait till our hands are tied. Because currently, as we speak, they are negotiating from a position of strength, and we are negotiating from a position of weakness. Because if somebody is buying something from you today, something that you need in 2040, clearly you should understand 14 years from now, you are virtually not negotiating from a position of strength. And I believe that these are some of the issues that we need to look at. In concluding, Mr. Speaker, I believe that with the additional drilling of the 10 wells, environmental issues are supposed to be looked at. And now that we have ESGs, I believe that we need to be monitoring and evaluating the situation going forward. Mr. Speaker, a lot of the coastal towns in Ghana, especially in the western region, keep complaining about the investments that has come into their localities because of the oil and gas exploration and the oil and gas companies. I believe that we should take advantage of this opportunity to ask for more for our local communities across the length and breadth of the country in support of this agreement. With this view, Mr. Speaker, like our minority said, we all support this project. And I believe that after 2040, all the oil and gas companies that have sited their headquarters in Accra, after making so much money, should now take the bold step to relocate back to the Western region. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity.
Yes, minority leadership.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I find it very... Anyway, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to yield to Honorable Bama. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Bama.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to comment on this agreement before this House. Mr. Speaker, first and foremost, this is the first time in the history of our oil and gas industry that we've had opportunity to do an extension of a petroleum agreement in Ghana. So it's a novel opportunity that we have been faced as a country. Now, the first critical question one would want to ask is that the original agreement is supposed to terminate in 2034 and 2036. And we are in 2026. So ordinarily, the lifespan of the fields have about 8 to 10 years to exhaust. Now, the question as to the basis upon which we want to do an extension up to 2040 requires us to go back to the Act, that is the Petroleum Exploration and Production Act 2016, Act 919, which gives the Minister of Energy, when there is an expiration of a contract or a petroleum agreement, two options. The first option is for the Minister of Energy to trigger an extension after negotiation or create a new petroleum agreement for the benefit of this country. Now, the Minister of Energy has opted for extension of the period. And so the question is, what does Ghana stand to benefit from this extension? The report indicates that there's going to be an investment, an additional investment of $2 billion, which cumulative benefit to Ghana beyond the investment is $340-something million to our economy. But the critical part I want us to focus on is that, Mr. Speaker, GNPC is our national oil company. And GNPC was created to do commercial production or to enter into commerciality in terms of the oil and gas. So why are we not giving opportunity for GNPC's capacity since 2007-2010 when we started oil exploration to be the agency to take over these oil companies when their period expires? Because GNPC has built capacity enough to be able to do this work once the contract of these petroleum agreements expire. So the Minister of Energy, for whatever good reason, is looking at an extension. But the country should take advantage of these petroleum agreements that expires to give it to our indigenous national oil company like GNPC to continue with these blocks, so that at the end of the day, Ghana will get all the benefits. Now, we are already in production. This is not exploration process. We are already in production. So the cost of investment is not the same as doing exploration. So let's take advantage of our national oil company, which is GNPC and Exploku, to do this particular investment. Mr. Speaker, the second area that raises concern for the minority is the issue of the CIT, that is the corporate income tax offset. Mr. Speaker, how does CIT arise in the first place? A company makes a profit and the tax authority taxes it, and then you have to go and pay your CIT. Now, if the companies have to pay their CIT, which is supposed to be received by the government of Ghana, and because of other bodies' inefficiencies, if other bodies' inefficiencies, they cannot pay the gas agreement, the gas that they've entered into agreement, and then we are asking government to use CIT to offset those debts that are owed by the government agencies, then we are supporting inefficiency, because the CIT is supposed to be revenue generated to the state, for the state to determine how it is going to be used when it hits the Petroleum Holding Fund. But here is the case: we are creating avenues for people to use inefficiencies in terms of their management to be able to offset taxes that are legitimately due to the state. So, Mr. Speaker, having looked at all of this, we are saying that as of 2025, government was owing $165 million to those Jubilee partners at the oil and gas sector. What has the minister done in recovering or making sure that these debts are paid, rather than looking into CIT to offset? And so this House is being invited, yes, the agreement in its entirety or intents and purposes, as a minority, we are raising the concerns, though we approve that this agreement should go. But the teething matters that have been raised, building the capacity of GNPC to be able to take over the expiration of contracts or petroleum agreements so that we can maximize all the revenue benefits, and also making sure that we don't leverage on inefficiencies of state bodies to offset taxes, to offset legitimate taxes that should go to the state. And so this parliament can accommodate it for now, but I'm calling on both sides to be mindful that we don't set this precedent, because once we've done it, it is easy for any corporate body, any international body that has issues with government agencies to say that we did it for the Jubilee partners, we did it in the oil and gas industry, and so we should continue to use government revenue to offset taxes, which is a bad precedent we are setting. Mr. Speaker, without more, I want to say that on the minority side, as my ranking and others have commented, it is an agreement government has chosen to extend. We had various options to have given it to GMPC to take over instead of giving them an extension. And also, the largesse that we are giving them is of concern. But we will take it in good faith, knowing that in future, the House, both the majority and minority, will consider some of the issues raised. I want to thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
It's now the turn of majority bench.
No, Mr. Speaker.
Majority bench. Let me hear you.
We don't have anything to say.
Very well. Then I'll put a question. As many as are in favor of the motion numbered 14, 16, and 18, move together. Say aye. Aye. Those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. The motion numbered 14, 16, and 18, as moved together by the chairman of the committee, are hereby adopted. Yes, consequential resolutions. Are we moving resolutions numbered 15, 17, and 19 together, as we did for the motion?
Mr. Speaker, with your permission, may I rise to move the resolution on the amendment for the extension of the terms of the West Cape 3-point agreement between the government of the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Energy and Green Transition, and GNPC Corporation and Exploration Limited, Talo Ghana, Cosmos Ghana, as captured in Resolution 15. I so move. Thank you.
Well, we are taking the resolutions one after the other. Very well. Honorable members, the minister has moved the resolution numbered 15, and it is for the consideration of the House. Honorable members, I'll put a question. As many as are in favor of the resolution numbered 15, say aye. Aye. Those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. The resolution numbered 15 is accordingly adopted by the House. Now let's move to item numbered 17.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to move for the adoption of the report of the resolution number 17 on page 8 of the order paper. Thank you.
Honourable members, resolution numbered 17 at page 8 of today's order paper has been duly moved by the Minister for Energy and Green Transition, and it is for the consideration of the House. Honourable member, this being a consequential resolution, I'll put a question. As many as are in favor of the resolution being adopted, say aye. Aye. Those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. The resolution is accordingly adopted. Yes, resolution numbered 19, also a consequential resolution.
The Speaker, I rise to move item number 19 on page 9 of today's order paper. I so move. Thank you.
Honourable members, resolution ably moved. Any seconder?
All right, to second that resolution.
It is for the consideration of the House. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, on an important occasion like this, where a resolution is to be moved
which carries the force of law, I would want to draw the attention of the House to the need to comply with constitutional requirements, which means that we should have the sufficient numbers to proceed. Mr. Speaker, I would want to draw the attention of this chair to facilitate this being done. Mr. Speaker, that said, let me also place on record that earlier I couldn't catch your eye. The minority, through its ranking, had indicated to leadership that the report that was moved by the chair had certain views that were to be captured by the ranking, the minority side of the House. In spite of insistence, according to the ranking, this was not done. Mr. Speaker, I believe that when we all attend committee meetings and both consensus on a matter and express divergent views, it is important that such views are properly captured in the report to reflect opinions. The disagreement may be mild, but these views must be captured. Mr. Speaker, I sit here as a leader of this side, and if my ranking comes to report to leadership that in spite of insistence, this was not allowed. Mr. Speaker, it is part of our democracy to allow views to be expressed. So, Mr. Speaker, I was on my feet to draw attention to this important matter because, Mr. Speaker, I know that whatever we are doing here has effect outside. That opportunity we couldn't get. And I don't blame you because, Mr. Speaker, when you put the question, I couldn't catch your eye. But having caught your eye, I feel that it is important I bring this to your attention. Mr. Speaker, without more, I would want to rest my case.
Very well. But you see, sometimes it's not good to create the impression that we are not fair. Your ranking did very well. He placed all matters on record, and everybody in the chamber can attest to that fact that the ranking did very well. Honorable Ochredako picked it up. He also spoke very well, and if you are watching me, I was nodding my head. When even the ranking finished speaking, I indicated that thank you for your observations. Honorable Boama was also given the opportunity when I called on the leadership of the minority, and the leadership of the minority yielded to Honorable Boama to speak. So for me, once that has been done, it is the turn of the majority. So clearly, I was no longer looking at the direction of the minority. So when issues are debated, and your back did very well of placing matters on record, I think we have put a question onto the motion. The motion has been adopted by the House. We can go back and revisit the debate on the motion.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not talking about a debate. Mr. Speaker, I'm not asking us to go and debate the issue. Mr. Speaker, let's put matters in proper context. Mr. Speaker, my issue is that my ranking had insisted on having the views captured. Mr. Speaker, there is a difference between your debate on the floor and the report as captured for Hansa. Mr. Speaker, our contention is simply that those views that were supposed to be captured in the report were not. Mr. Speaker, I am speaking on behalf of my side. It is what the ranking has insisted that he was denying, that I am putting across on our behalf, that the report was supposed
to have captured key concerns.
Yes.
It was not done.
Yes.
Yesterday, Mr. Speaker, please permit me.
Yes, I'll permit
Yesterday, he made the effort to get the report amended. In fact, according to him, when the report was done, the draft report was not sent to him. For his side, he and his deputy were with me, and they said they were waiting for the final draft. Normally, the practice is that when the draft is ready, he would get a copy, go through and ensure that whatever they've discussed have been captured. But by the time he got wind of it, the report has already been signed. So when he came to me, I said, don't worry, engage the chairman so that the report could be amended. He tells me that he insisted, tried as he could, he didn't get the opportunity to get the report amended. So, Mr. Speaker, there's a difference between his argument that is made on the floor and the views of the minority being captured in the report.
You see, the
that
problem that I have is that the very ranking member that you are speaking for was given the opportunity to speak to the report. And he spoke to the report. And all that you are saying is a matter that should have been taken into consideration at the time that the report is being taken. Now we have passed through the stage of adopting the report and the motion. We are now on consequential resolutions. Then you are raising issue about the report. And your ranking member has clearly been given the opportunity to speak. And he did so until he concluded. So what are we doing to ourselves to create the impression, wrong impression? Because he had the opportunity to speak. If your ranking member were not to be here, were not to be given the opportunity to speak, it will worth listening or taking the point that you are making. So it appears we are trying to cry louder than the bereaved. We want to be more holy than the Pope. So, in the circumstances, let's take resolution number 19.
Mr. Speaker, I am not comfortable with the metaphor that concluded your comment. Mr. Speaker, with respect, I lean aside and I act on the instructions of my side. There's nothing like somebody crying more than the bereaved. Mr. Speaker, I understand the metaphor, I understand language. This is our side. This is our side. So don't say somebody is happy and no. We will not take this issue of somebody using a language to divide our side. We have a position. This thing must end. Mr. Speaker, with respect, we will show you respect. Same thing must be extended to us. I was somewhere. I had to rush in to resolve this matter for my side. So please, Mr. Speaker, I raise an issue to draw your attention that this is what I have been told. You had already called for the question to be put. You said you didn't see me. I have not questioned you. I know how the House can act sometimes. But I've taken it easy. There's always a tomorrow. If the energy minister says things today, he slipped through. Don't worry. If the energy minister thinks today, he has slipped through. So be it. So be smart on it. But Mr. Speaker, he doesn't have numbers to rush this his resolutions. And if you don't want it to be pursued, your posture.
Members, I will then put a question on resolution number 19. As many as are in favor of the adoption of the resolution say aye. Those against say no. Honourable members, The resolution numbered 19 is accordingly adopted by the House. Yes, Majority Leader.
The first two. Mr. Speaker, we'll take two statements. The first two statements.
So, which of the statements are we taking? Which of the statements are we taking?
The killing, yes. Mr. Speaker, the hospital, the lack of emergency support for the
Yes, you brought the statement to my office today. I have accepted the statement and indicated to you that I will read through, admit it, and transmit same to the Clerk of Parliament for onwards transmission to the House to be taken. Honourable members, with all due respect, if the statement is not transmitted to the clerk, it may not even be uploaded on the console and for copies to be available for members to read. So, with all due respect.
I've seen the Burkinabe one, the tomato one. Is that one? We'll deal with that one. Yes, sure. That's one. We'll deal with that one. That's fine. Mr. Speaker, that's fine. We'll deal with that one.
So my simple question is, which statement are we taking?
The tomato one, yes. But I need to go.
It's also advertised? It is advertised. Okay, so
you see, Honourable Minority Leader, in your absence, your whip raised a very germane point. I sat in the chamber, I listened carefully to the whip. The whip complained that some statements have been on the order paper to be taken, and those statements are not being taken. The impression is being created as if some statements are important than others. So those who were in the House at that particular time, listen carefully to the whip.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, let's take a statement. Minority Leader, can we take your statement? If Mr. Speaker grants.
Well, I do not know. Let's open the actual statement on the console, because regarding that statement, I have written to the clerk. So let's open the statement on the console. So long as I am concerned, I have not admitted that statement. So which statement is on the console? Clerk at table.
No, this one is about, it's on the horrific killing of 7 Ghanaians, tomato, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. The one.
Honourable Minority Leader, I'm told that is not the statement on the console.
It's three pages. Hey, one.
What the Minority Leader is talking about is not on the console.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, earlier on, the clerk had approached me and indicated that a statement relating to the killings in Burkina Faso had been presented to you.
Yes.
You had requested that the statement should be edited.
Yes.
and the statement was therefore edited and reduced.
That statement stands in the name of Honorable Befi.
Befi, okay.
The one that I have edited stands in the name of Honorable Befi, but not in the name of the minority leader. So, honorable members, I can share with you what really happened. Whilst I was editing the statement on same subject matter brought by Honorable Befi, seated beside the second Deputy Speaker, Honorable Ntim Fojo brought a 5-page statement on the same subject matter. So I told him before the second Deputy Speaker that I don't admit statements on the floor of the House. So the statement should be sent to my office. He can bear witness. The second Deputy Speaker can also bear witness. Whilst editing that of Befi, Jethro brought it back, and a cursory looking at the statement indicated that it was on the same subject matter. So I said, statements are supposed to be transmitted through the whips, and if these two statements were transmitted through the whip would have realized that the two statements are on the same subject matter, so one person should reduce his own into a comment because it's the same side. However, the statement is also too long, 5 pages. We have 1 hour for statement. So I am unable to admit the statement. That was my minute to the clerk. So this morning, same statement has been brought by the minority leader, this time round in their joint name. So I indicated clearly to the clerk that similar statement has been brought to me, and I have indicated that I have already considered from same side, same subject matter, a statement in the name of Honorable Befi, so the member may comment when Befi's statement is being taken. So I'm surprised that they will say that statement has been admitted and has to be taken. Honourable members, no one judges a swimmer by the certificate on the shore. He should tell us the number of pages of statement that he's currently holding.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker. Honorable Befi's statement, which you have admitted. Honorable Befi's statement, which you have admitted, since it's on the same subject matter, let's, Honorable Asafo is here. He's doing some work outside of this chamber, and I've had discussions with him. Honorable Asafo would make that statement on his behalf. So if, with your leave, we go by your earlier suggestion that we take only one statement so that the comments can then capture all the issues because it's all on the same subject.
But it must be a statement that I have admitted and transmitted to the clerk. Why am I saying this? When you are reading a statement admitted, I have a copy, or whoever is presiding have a copy to ensure that what has been admitted is what you are reading. So I have a difficulty when the statement is not admitted. You understand? And what you are holding is a 5-page statement that I have declined admission.
It appears you are not listening to this side. I am saying that let's make progress. The Bay fee statement that you have admitted, or that one too you've not admitted.
Yes, as for Bay fee statement, I have admitted.
That's
it.
what I'm, Mr. Speaker, you listen to, because you made your mind on something. Please listen to the suggestion that is coming from this side. With respect, Mr. Speaker, I am saying that Honorable Bay fee statement which you've admitted, we are ready to take it. He is engaged in some parliamentary work outside of the chamber, and in the discussion with him, he worked on the statement with Honorable Asafo-Adjei. He's here to take it. And then we go by your earlier suggestions where members can make comments on the statement so that Honorable Intim Fojo will not have the need to still pursue another statement, the same subject matter. He can make comments.
Honorable Minority Leader, sometimes we don't know it all. Statement, unlike a question, can it be taken by another member on behalf of a member?
Speaker,
well, I just want to be guided.
Mr. Speaker, invoke the rule of prudence. Invoke the rule of prudence. We are members of parliament. We are colleagues. We are members of parliament. This is a national issue. This is a national issue. So I am pleading with you, Mr. Speaker. Invoke the rule of prudence and let him do it on his. Let's. Oh.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, since you have gone through that statement, and in principle you admitted it, even though the author of the statement is not in, I believe we can appeal to you to relax the rules and allow somebody to read the statement.
Very well, if that is the sense of the House. Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this may seem inconsequential, but I think that it is important that we establish protocols regarding how statements or bills that are supposed to be published on the console are done. Today, we may be discussing a matter that does not evoke much passions, and so it may be considered light. Because, Mr. Speaker, listening to you, and reading the statement that is on the console, you are absolutely right. Because what is on the console actually is about 6 pages. And clearly on the console, you can see your note, which says, please, which is attributed to the clerk, which actually says that the statement is too long. Your written note is there. The statement is too long. It should be edited to fit. So, as to how this got onto the console, Mr. Speaker, should be a matter of concern. Exactly, mysteriously got onto the console should be a matter of concern, and should perhaps, give us an indication that there's a need for us to establish protocols as to how things get onto the console. Otherwise, one day something more controversial can get onto the console, and we may spend the whole day unable to resolve it. So, Mr. Speaker, I just thought I should draw your attention to this one.
So the question boils down to a statement not admitted, statement declined. How did it got onto the console? That is simply the matter. Honorable members, we need to be very careful. Certain matters can become a subject matter of privileges. We need to be extremely careful. So in the meantime, as they are doing the finding, can we take any advertised statement?
Mr. Speaker, I think we've settled this matter that Honorable Asafo-Adjei takes the admitted statement on behalf of Honorable Beffi. That's what we've agreed upon. So, and he's ready to take it. He just needs...
Who else has a copy of
There's a copy
the statement? Because I have modified it.
Mr. Speaker.
So let me see. Yes. So let me see the modified one. Yes. So we may go ahead to take the statement. Standing in the name of Michael Ochere Beffi. Yes. Yes, you see, I modified the statement. So, if I don't have the modified statement, how would I be able to know that that is what you are reading? Let's take 5 minutes suspension. I want to see the leaders at the conclave.